Now he gets some, and throughout this book, there's, and I talked about this in the beginning, that there's rotations of guys, and guys are getting wounded. Guys, it's time for them to go home. So he's constantly getting new troopers, new soldiers, new non-commissioned officers that are going to be the senior guys inside the platoon. And it's just a constant stream of incoming new guys, which again is very foreign to me, because in the SEAL teams, we do very little of that. We do it sometimes. If a guy graduates SEAL training and they happen to be assigned a team that's on deployment, they might come over and join us on deployment. It can happen, but it's not the norm. So he's got a new guy that shows up who's a staff sergeant named Palamon. And Palamon's like almost 40 years old. He'd crossed the Canadian border, to join the Canadian Army, and he'd spent time in the British Army in Cyprus. He'd been chasing war, basically. And is slightly under 6 feet tall, not an ounce of fat on his lean frame, determined look. And this is quite contrary to the guys he had been working with. And here he talks about that a little bit. With Hernandez and Robinson, I had to push to get them patrolling. With Palamon, I had to hold him back. He believed firmly that the only good defense was a good offense, and he was ready to set the example every day. Not only did he take himself out on as many patrols as I would permit, he invariably proceeded to the front of the column, eventually threatening to displace the point man. He exhibited such enthusiasm when he and I went on longer patrols that I had to order him back to the back of the column lest I find myself trailing him. He never meant disrespect. He just wanted to be up front where the action might be. Palamon was the perfect platoon sergeant. You're definitely blessed when you get a leader like that in your command. And I was definitely lucky enough to serve with many guys with that kind of attitude that I had to hold back